So Ian Gary recently spoke about moving up to middleweight, and Khamzat Chimaev immediately took to social media and had some choice words for him. Um, yeah, you got to respect Khamzat. He's always been a cryptic message guy, always with the "see you soon's" and shit like that. But uh, what he said does hold weight. Khamzat is a fucking dangerous ass fighter. We saw what he did to Robert Whitaker in that short amount of time. And he's already making me question how his fight with Dricus will go down. But yeah, like I said, Ian Gary talked about a move up to middleweight, and Khamzat said, what was it like? Watch out for the wolf's teeth. You're gonna get bit or some shit like that. But I want to take this video to talk about how that fight would go, because it's an interesting fight that I haven't really thought about. Um, and it would be an absolutely great fight because while Ian Gary isn't like a knockout artist, he moves really well. He's poignant. He's precise. And like I said, his specialty is containing his opponents. So it would be interesting to see whether or not he would be able to contain Shavkat or Khamzat. Damn, it would be interesting. It would be interesting to see whether or not he could contain Khamzat and Shavkat, because that fight is coming up this weekend. But it'll also be interesting to see if he can contain Khamzat. Because Khamzat Chimaev, as we all know, is a wild man, a wolf man. He runs at you. He shoots these takedowns that always seem to work. Doesn't matter if he's not able to get your midsection. If he falls to the fucking ground, he's going to hold on to your ankles for fucking dear life and wrestle you down to the fucking ground no matter what you do. So I think he could definitely do the same thing to Ian Gary. But as I've been saying about Ian Gary for a while now, not a while, but like maybe a week, Ian Gary's a smart guy. He's a brilliant guy. He's a brilliant fighter. He's got a very high fight IQ. So I definitely think he could come into the octagon with a plan to contain Khamzat. Suppose as soon as the fight starts out, Ian Gary's able to establish his range and distance and rhythm better than Robert Whitaker in a shorter time span. And he's able to sprawl well, and he's able to acknowledge the speedy takedowns of Khamzat, and he's able to negate the takedowns of Khamzat, which I know is damn near impossible to do. But if anybody could do it, it would definitely be a guy as smart as Ian Gary. So it's a lot to think about, and especially considering the fact that I'm choosing Ian Gary to beat Shavkat. I think Ian Gary has enough within him to develop a game plan, even though it's kind of late for him to do so. I think he still will be able to develop a game plan, and he has enough smarts to go in there and contain Shavkat. And I know it's going to be a very hard fucking pill to swallow for many MMA fans and UFC fans, but once it happens this weekend, I'm going to be the fucking one yelling at the screen, "I told you so. I told you so. I told you so." But does the same thing happen if Ian were to move up to middleweight and fight Khamzat? Right now, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Khamzat beats Ian Gary. But my opinion might change depending upon what goes down this weekend between Ian Gary and Shavkat. I got to see how Ian Gary handles the Shavkat grappling, because, like I said, Shavkat always finds a way to get his opponent to the ground, or just in a deeply bad situation, in a deeply bad grappling situation. Khamzat always finds a way to get his opponent in a bad grappling situation. And I want to see if he's able to get Ian Gary in that situation. And I doubt it. I'm saying no. I'm saying Ian Gary is going to be able to go out there and negate the grappling pressure of Khamzat, of Shavkat. Damn it. I'm mixing their fucking names, Russian names, man. I'm saying Ian Gary is going to be able to go out there and negate the grappling pressure of Shavkat He's going to be able to outclass Shavkat on the feet. And if Shavkat wants to get into a grappling exchange, Ian Gary is going to probably just defend and defend well. Like he's not gonna defend on bottom. He's gonna be fucking. He's gonna stop the takedown and just kind of get right into the clinch. Like he's not gonna allow himself to get taken down. He's gonna stuff them things right away, and basically kind of pull Khamzat into the clinch. Shavkat, fuck. He's gonna stop the takedowns right away and basically be able to pull Shavkat into the clinch, and move from there. You know, break out of it, piece Shavkat up for a bit, stuff another Shavkat takedown, continue to piece Shavkat up with some short punches and some really well-timed kicks to the body, kicks to the leg, things like that that Ian Gary has been perfecting for some time now and does really well. So, but going back to Ian Gary versus Khamzat, right now I'll say Khamzat wins. Looking at the Ian Gary that just recently fought Michael Venom Page, I would say Khamzat wins. But depending upon what happens between Ian Gary and Shavkat, my opinion will most likely change if Ian Gary is to come out the victor, like I have predicted. But we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm very excited for Ian Gary versus Shavkat Rakhmonov this weekend. I think Ian Gary will win it. I'm going to go with Ian Gary. I think Ian Gary is the underdog. I'm pretty sure he is. And I'm going to go with Ian Gary. I think a lot of people have Shavkat winning. Definitely many MMA fans do. Definitely most of them. But something about Ian Gary, man. His smarts, his talent, his technique, his drive. Shavkat is driven and a killer. Do not get me wrong. But Ian, he's sneaky, man. He's sneaky, man. He's going to sneak his way to a decision win. I'm telling you right now. Put that money on Ian Gary. He's going to sneak his way to a decision win against Shavkat this weekend. You heard it here first. But let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys. And I'll see y'all in the next.